congressional salary is
Don't take my word for it. Look that mess up, please.
Yeah.
$174,000 a year. All these lawmakers are worth millions of dollars. That's because they often make much more than that in the stock market. I'll give you a perfect example. Senator Mark Wayne Mullen from Oklahoma. His net worth almost quadrupled between 2018 and 2022. January 4th, earlier this year, he bought shares of a company called Badger Meter Incorporated, ticker BMI. Now, Badger Meter, as their name suggests, makes water meters, the things that calculate how much water you use. So stick with me. Remember earlier when I said Senator Mullen is from Oklahoma? The reason that's important is because just 2 weeks after Mullen bought shares of the water meter company, I came across an announcement by the city of Tulsa, Oklahoma, saying that it has begun the installation of 145,000 automated water meters across the city at a cost of $94 million. The exact same product, which was made by Badger Meter, the company he bought stock in just 2 weeks earlier. And it's not just Tulsa doing this is going on across the country. That's because of a new federal mandate by the EPA for every U.S. city to upgrade their inventory of lead service lines by October 24th, 2024, later this year. It's reasonable to assume that when Tulsa and all these other U.S. cities upgrade millions of water meters to meet these new guidelines, a company like Badger Meter would stand to benefit, and in turn, those shares that he bought. I wish I could say that this was an isolated incident, but I see stuff like this happen all the time. And it's the reason when you compare the performance of lawmaker trades with the S&P 500, the graph looks like this. If you want to check it out, just go to quiverquant.com where I track it all. How is it possible that even though the congressional salary is $174,000 a year, all these lawmakers are worth millions of dollars? That's because they often make much more than that in the stock market. I'll give you a perfect example. Senator Mark Wayne Mullen from Oklahoma. His net worth almost quadrupled between 2018 and 2022. January 4th, earlier this year, he bought shares of a company called Badger Meter Incorporated, ticker BMI. Now, Badger...
Look at this shit, you know? And this is happening on both sides of the political spectrum. You know, the Democrats and the Republicans, they're all doing this, you know. This is shady. This is corruption right here. You know, they only make a couple $100,000 a year, but they're worth millions of dollars. They shouldn't be able to trade, buy and sell stocks. You know, their siblings, their wives, all of them should be excluded from being able to buy and sell stocks when they have information and they have the power to make decisions related to certain companies, and then they go and buy shares in those companies and get rich because they know, like, if the rest of us could predict what the hell was going to happen based on, you know, inside information. That's why these companies, you know, if you're like a CEO of a company or whatever, you have this damn exclusive information. It's illegal for you to do these things. So why is it legal for these damn politicians to do this shit? You know, it's illegal for everybody else to do it, but it's legal for them to do it. And then it's like, it's complicated, and you really would have to look at it to be able to see these examples. But that's the reason why you need like a oversight committee or whatever. You need someone to look at this shit and be like, you know, look at what this person did. You know, they made, and then are they working for the American people, or are they making decisions for themselves? I mean, if I can make millions of dollars by making this decision, and you know, I would do it, you know, over making a decision that's going to be good for the people. Like, being good for the people doesn't help my pocketbook at all. Like, oh man. And this is the kind of stuff people should be angry about. But we're talking about all of these cultural stuff that's going on. And that's why they distract us with these stories, to get us all emotional and talking about that stuff and not looking at this stuff here. Corrupt. Comment, it says, insider trading is illegal except for politicians. For them, it's legal. Telling you. Another comment says, why is this not illegal? Another comment says, so where can I find out what they're buying and when? See, and a lot of us just care about that. They're like, okay, just get your money in the whole thing. And that's what keeps the whole train going, because a lot of other people are thinking the same way. They're just going to try to get close to these people and, get the little stock tips from them. This company right here is going to blow up. Trust me. You might want to go ahead and buy some stocks in this company right here. Everybody just wants to get close to them, get next to them, be a friend to them, so then they can make money. Nobody cares about the damn corruption. Hate these damn comments. Where can I find out? And I get it. I mean, I don't blame you for thinking that way or whatever, but look how effed up this is. This is not right. The game is rigged. It says this is all insider trading. These politicians need to go to prison. Yeah, not just not get reelected. They need to go to jail. They locked up what's her name? What is her name? Why can't I think of her name? God, they locked her up for the same thing. And they used her as a scapegoat to take attention off of them. What is her name? She came out with that. It's Snoop Dogg and what's her name? Why can't I think of her name? She came out with that wine, the bullshit brand. I can't think of her name. It says, comment, it says, so when are they going to jail? Another one says, isn't that insider trading? Another one says, don't forget to pay your taxes this year. Israel needs more of your money. Another comment says, senators, congressmen, POTUS, etc., none should be able to trade the stock market while in office. So much insider trading going on. It says, obviously they make coffee at home. See, because that's what they tell us, don't buy that coffee every day or whatever, skip the avocado toast or whatever, that's the reason why you're not rich, And these guys have as plenty of avocado toast as they want. They don't make coffee at home. They go to Starbucks. Another comment says, everybody complains about Pelosi, but MTG, Cruz, Mullen all made a few dozen million in a couple of years. Yeah, so Pelosi is the poster child for this shit because her husband is so successful with the trading or whatever. And, so everybody talks about Pelosi, but it's like, that's the whole Republican Democrat deal where they're like, the other guys are the bad guys. The other guys are the ones that are corrupt. The other guys are the ones that are shady or whatever. But then if you look at the guys that are on your team and they're doing the same exact thing, then you are willing to overlook that because of your partisan politics and the way the media is telling you that you're supposed to hate the other side and you're supposed to, support your team or whatever. So much bullshit. I don't care whose side it is or whatever. Corrupt is corrupt. Illegal is illegal. Shady is shady. Whether they have an R or a D next to their name, it doesn't matter. Another comment says, this should count as corruption. Yep, and it does. Another one that says, how is this legal? It says, just a coincidence. Would love to see his explanation of how this isn't insider trading. If only journalism was still alive. Yeah, we don't have any journalists anymore. We get the best journalism now from independent people on TikTok and YouTube and so forth and so on. But what really sucks about that is that a lot of these people don't have integrity or knowledge. And like the vast majority of the TikToks is misleading garbage. And then we're not educated enough to be able to distinguish the difference. Another comment, it says, that's it, I'm running for Congress. I know, if you want to get rich, it's probably a pretty good way to do it. It says, this is lobbying at its finest. It says, the hypocrisy of these politicians disgusting. Supposed to be public servants, instead greasing their own wheels. Time to sharpen the pitchforks, you know? You know, it's like, the reason why you would want to do those things is you want to make a difference, right? You want to help people. You want to improve the lives of Americans. And that should be your motivation to run for public office or whatever. But that they say that, but that's not what they're doing. You know, that's not their real motivation. Clearly, you know, when they, you know, and it's set up to be shady because a lot of these jobs, like I say, you know, they don't make as much money. We're looking at the Congress people making 200 and something thousand, but a lot of the smaller office, they hardly make any money at all. Some of these offices, they have to have other regular jobs just to have enough to pay their bills. So this incentivizes them to do shady stuff, you know, to make money because they have, you know, access to certain information or whatever. And then it's like, it's hard to, you know, hold, you know, you can't expect somebody that to not, you know, be shady in those situations. Like, I mean, what I'm trying to say is it incentivizes people to be shady, you know, pay them enough that they're making enough money to pay their bills. And then maybe they won't be incentivized to do shady stuff. But when you go to the upper levels of government, a lot of these people are in it just for that reason, the power and the money. How did we get here? And they got us talking about bullshit. Meanwhile, this shit is going on and nobody says a peep. An educated and united public cannot be controlled. Get organized. Learn to be active. The guy who was Putin's opposition, the opposition leader, he died in prison. A lot of people are saying